Hey Dramax, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to do something a little fun here. I wanted to do like a little accolades list to all of the main male leads that I watched in the dramas from 2024. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to go ahead and name each actor, and of course followed by that the dramas that I had watched them in this year. And if you guys will like this, I might do another one for next year. So let me know if you get a kick out of this and who will be on your top accolade list of random achievements that you will bequeath this. So I'm going to get into this, and I have a lot to get through, so bear with me. So the actor who YouTube won't let me showcase, Yoongi Min. So Yoongi Min had me eyeballing him after catching clips of him from Undercover Affair. His versatility in both action and love scenes make him a standout leading man, not to mention the other acting quirks that he adds to his performances. And I do still plan on watching a lot more of his dramas. I didn't get to complete them as much as I want to because other dramas and other actors had kind of garnered my attention. But lo and behold, I do plan on resuming my watch of him going into 2025. And I also will wish for YouTube not to jack with my stuff regarding him. They just love taking down my videos regarding Yoongi Min. But I will hop back on that bandwagon in 2025. The actor with the most zaddy energy, Yu Long. So Yu Long is one of those vertical drama actors who's a lot older than the average male lead that you usually might find there. I think most of them are usually 25, give or take. He's in about like the mid-30 range. A lot of his dramas revolve around being paired with young Mei Mei, and they often come across as having a May-December romance, but a lot of the dramas with her especially usually involves him never abusing the female leads in his dramas, which I find it very refreshing. He comes off as very, very respectful and gentlemanlike, and you know, not being a complete jerk, which I really do like his dramas. So a lot of his acting credits I can't really give you because a lot of the YouTube channels might regurgitate or repost a lot of his dramas, especially the ones with young Mei Mei on there. But if you type in his name, it will come up with a full list, and like he's I really like watching him. He's really good. The actor with one of the most versatile acting ranges, Yamada Ryosuke. Yamada Ryosuke caught me by surprise this year. The one drama I did finish watching of him showed off his incredible acting chops. The way he can make his face morph into a comedic way shows what excellent timing he has. He also has like this one serious role. I believe that he has like serial killer tendencies and stuff, and so that's a whole other different spectrum. And so I'm really, really curious about how that particular role is the antithesis of the one I watched of him this year. The actor whose fingers got a workout, Luke Newton. Now, if you know, you'd know. Even if I had issues with the plot of Bridgerton Season 3, and this is still on par because I believe book Colin was the exact same way. And I still think that Season 3 Part 1 version of Colin was a himbo of not seeing what was in front of him. But still, that carriage ride, the music, the intensity, and the sensuality that was infused in it is still the definitive climax of the season, pun intended. The actor who made a previous plot 50 Shades like, Ma Shou-yu. I've watched a few of Ma Shou-yu's dramas in passing. He's another vertical actor too, who unlike Yu Long, is more like the male lead that you don't want to bring home or admit that you even know. Especially in this drama that I had watched, which was regaled to me in a recap. It was then that the drama sounded very familiar to me because it was just like a Pakistani drama that I had started but I hadn't finished it, but had known the ins and outs of the drama. I had watched bits and pieces, but I hadn't watched that drama fully through. But it's very similar, but they, of course, in this Chinese version of it, hyped up more sensual tension between the two, so, you know, that you couldn't really watch in Pakistan in that way. So it won't be everyone's cup of tea, this particular drama, because he comes off hella crazy with his instant love feelings and dark romance vibes. But if you can handle it, this will probably be up your vote. So type in and you can find any of his dramas where he acts probably just as crazy, but at least the man's handsome. The actor whose villainous acts dropped the love bag, Mao Zedong. I hadn't watched the drama complete this year, but I did see clips and watch parts of Mao Zedong acting parts with Shoutout. And I know Shoutout from Love is Sweet. Handsome, commanding, unhinged, and cold. He plays it all in this drama. Too bad he was too much of a villain to try to secure the girl. Just an FYI, for any future villain or male lead or whatever, don't try and threaten the person that you care about's loved ones. It probably won't work out for you. The actor who dropped his baby face in a couple of years, Ding Yushi. So I had seen clips of Ding Yushi, or Ryan Ding, when this drama came out, or really a couple dramas came out, that I was surprised by the glow up. It's kind of like with Luke Newton when he came back on the scene. It's like, oh my gosh, is this the same person? And yes, it is. It seemed like to me just last year when he was still rocking his baby face, and he kind of finally grew into it. So with his two successful historical and fantasy dramas he did this year, there's no place but up. The actor who made me stop mid-scroll, Hu Minghao. Now, I've never seen a drama of his. I didn't even know that Neo Hu had starred in Back from the Brink. And I think because a lot of people were paying more attention to Till the End of the Moon because they were premiering at the same time. But I guess the shorts I caught of him in this historical drama this year just caught me by surprise by how striking he is with his makeup and charisma. The actor who makes you want to cheat. Maybe, maybe not. Jasper Liu. This is an older drama that turned out to be one of my top favorites of this past year and probably of all time. It's pretty high up there. His character in this comes off as a pushy a-hole at the start of this, but his character growth in this series is a fantastic evolution, especially when he says one of my most favorite lines of dialogue in it to establish that growth. The young actor who I watched two of his dramas of this year, Dylan Wong. Even though I just watched two of his major dramas this year, or at least finally finished, I can say I am very proud of how far Dylan Wong has come acting-wise. It's definitely a leap over Dao Ming-se to Dongfei Jinseng. But he also accomplished two iconic roles like this in Momentum, especially for someone still in their mid-20s, which is a huge accomplishment that you cannot say for a lot of actors. But I really have been enjoying his growth. The older actor who I watched two of his dramas this year, Luo Yunxi. Since 2023, Luo Yunxi has been my favorite. And after this year, my favoritism got solidified with watching two of his dramas with his best acting partner so far, Balu. With a couple of his projects coming on the horizon next year, who knows what other roles he may undertake. I cannot wait to see all of them. The actor whose brash behavior up front was a turnoff, Marco Gumabao. Okay, I get that this was a Wattpad story. Even still, Marco Gumabao's character of Eros Petrakis worked all my nerves, my first, second, third string of nerves. I couldn't even with him, but he still managed to get some character growth to eventually become worthy of his lady love. Still, I have to skip over the first episode or I dump coffee on him. The actor whose character really pissed me off, Lee Ju-lin. Don't get me wrong, Lee Ju-lin was one of the first actors where I had a damn reaction when looking at a body, and he has a banging one. But the character he played in the drama I watched of his made me so angry in his complete abuse and disregard of the female lead. Still, I give him another chance in some other dramas he's in. I just need the rest of the year to cool off. And plus, behind the scenes, I've seen that he is a sweetheart, but it's still just like, The actor whose character one-upped Lee Ju-lin's character in pissing me off, Yang Zixian. Well, there was one actor who succeeded in making me even angrier, and that was Yang Zixian, aka Face Eater, because that is just what I'm dubbing him, because he is not ashamed on his kissing game, and it is quite delightful to watch. But apart from that, even though the drama was very good that I had watched them in, and like I said in my other end of year review, that I have a couple of deep dives in the review coming for this drama, because a lot of this was warranted regarding this particular drama. Even with his character doing the absolute most, I'm still looking forward to his future dramas because the potential of him doing top tier dramas is definitely there. The actor whose kissing scenes never disappoint, Ji Chang-wook. So I'll have to admit that I'm behind on my Ji Chang-wook's dramas. The one I finished with him this year isn't even amongst his best, and it's one I started right before Shutdown that happened after it premiered. But his kissing scenes, especially in this drama, are toe-curlingly good. And I already know that a lot of his other dramas that I need to get into, like Healer or K2, will also, validate in my mind how he's already regarded as one of the finest actors of his generation. The actor who might have you consider Life as a Monk's Wife, Tomohisa Yamashita. The character Tomohisa Yamashita plays is actually not the norm. He's obsessed and perhaps sexually intrigued by the female lead to the point that he stalks her and even kidnaps her at the end of the first episode. But hey, it's comedy, right? But he does play the straight man very well and shows great comedic timing, even if you seldom see his character smile. But hey, those waterfall shower scenes to cleanse his impure thoughts, I wasn't mad at those. The actor who will let you stab him countless times for revenge, Wang Zuyi. I forgot to mention this drama in my 2024 drama wrap-up review because I think it's like the last drama I've actually completed. But this was the drama I really, really liked. I had started it maybe months ago and had finally picked it up and finally watched it in full. And with Yang Zuyi in it, he has these beautiful eyes that are big and expressive, especially in the scenes that he has to cry or feeling pain in any way. So I can't wait to see a lot of his other dramas in the future. The actor who sports a wedding ring in such a hot way, Yoo Young-suk. So as y'all know, this is my current obsession. In fact, I had just hopped off working on my episode 3 before I hopped onto this. So, even if I'm not binging these episodes head first like I would like to, still, Yoo Young-suk, his leading lady, Chao Soo-bin, and the plot has been delightful. The tension, his scoffing, heavy sighing, his wedding ring sporting has been a great package for me to watch and eat up. I can't wait to get through the rest of this series and look forward to watching any more of the ones that he's gotten out. I'm not sure how I can get through Mr. Sunshine. I know that it can be a little bit of a dirge to get through, but if it's worth it, then why not? The actor who makes you forget the plot because he is the plot, Wenyeon. Y'all, I barely remember the plot to this drama that he was in, because I watch a whole bunch of Republican dramas at one time, and they all seem to run together, actually, especially since most of them have revolved around a revenge plot. I don't know what it is about, like, Republican dramas and revenge, but there you are. And I'm like, you either have, like, a mad male lead, or a suffering and or revengeful female lead. His drama had way more of the vengeful female lead, but what wasn't suffering was my eyes looking at him. Can't go wrong with a face like his. The actor who's the Sean Bean of C-dramas, Lee Fei. Now, I've already called it. I think Lee Fei is the Sean Bean of dramas because apparently, spoiler alert, he tends to die in a lot of them apparently. But you can like bingo card which ones he hasn't in. But also on that, Lee Fei is the epitome of beauty. I have said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times until I hold my breath. The man is beautiful, especially when he is in historical or fantasy aesthetics. Majority of his dramas are like that. And some, like, I think they just know and then tuned to, you know, what works best for him, what sells him the best. But since I have watched like an earlier drama of his where his acting wasn't as great in comparison to the ones I have seen lately with him, I would say his acting has definitely had improved since that drama from a couple years prior. And I think it's also because of the budget and the plot with that one, so I'll give him a little bit more grace. But as his acting has grown, I hope he's able to be in higher tier dramas as a spectacular leading man. I just don't want to watch him die in them. The actor you might forgive despite him lying to you, Ping Guan-ying. So the first time I saw Ping Guan-ying, he wasn't playing a good guy. In fact, it's rare for me to look at him and see like him being a good guy, because the impression he left on me in starring in this other drama that I had watched him in kind of already shaded me to like his versatility of just playing an evil guy. I hadn't watched all of that previous drama, but decided to watch another one that paired him with the same female lead from that drama. And with his bearing and acting, Ping Guan-ying is very good at playing morally bankrupt or morally ambiguous characters that still can love the hell out of the female lead. I just really need to watch him as a good guy. I really do. The actor whose character has been considered red flag but green flag to me, Liu Shayi. So Liu Shayi has been in a couple of historical dramas this year where his character has been left, right, center, red flags. But the modern day drama which I watched him in had me puzzled, or some top 10 lists have characterized his character as being disliked or being a red flag. I don't see it, but perhaps it's because he still pursued the female lead despite her still being unsure about her previous relationship. I didn't see him quite as being a red flag. He was still persistent, but he still kept his distance to me. But maybe that's just me reading differently into something else. Either way, his confident acting and seductive singing was a lot more subdued in comparison to his turn in Love Me, Kill Me, but still enigmatic as he pursued the woman he perceived is best for him. The actor who's cute, but what do you mean he was 20 when that drama came out? Mizuki Itagaki. This actor is so cute that he was 20 at the time that this drama came out. But in this drama, he is portraying a 27-year-old. I'm curious to see what he will actually look like when he reaches this age. In this drama I watched, he played more of a hot and cold lover, which Mizuki Itagaki played just fine. And he can dance in any intro I watch whenever he likes. The actor whose career is barking up the right tree, Chung Lei. I'm so proud of Ryan Chung. He's been acting for a handful of years, but yet in the last couple of them, he's finally hit his stride, scoring top-tier main lead status in upcoming historical dramas. He's come such a long way from the little mini drama that barked and growled. Still, as corny as it was, it showed a bit of potential to come, and he could pursue that without looking back. The actor who's the German version of Pride and Prejudice meets Gossip Girl. Damien Hardung. Damien Hardung is attached to a certain show with a certain trope and a plot that we've seen time and time again. Rich boy who rules the school, who falls in love with the heroine, who's not into him at all at first. But the way, despite the upfront a-holery he goes through, he shows a vulnerable, sweet, and creative side to the female lead, which is quite rewarding. But seriously, need season 2 soon. Got some cliffhangers to resolve. The actor you like to get close to in a comic book, Guan Yu. An actor who is also a singer, got me both ways there. Guan Yu is both of those things. I enjoy him playing the villainous character that defied his written destiny for the sake of love. And in this role, he wasn't an over-actor, acting with a subtlety that still made a statement. The actor whose drama was a throwaway, but hey, at least he's cute. Eiji Akaso. Cute actor? Check. Drama? His drama wasn't memorable to me. Or maybe it was memorable and it was one of those things where I'm just like, it just wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. But it doesn't help that also it's extremely short. I think the runtime for that was like 5-6 episodes. And what didn't help is that in that plot that the female lead mostly concentrated on her job. So most of the time he's left to his own devices. And I'm probably highlighting him more than the drama did. But Eiji Akaso plays an understanding and almost patient boyfriend who makes skinship happen whenever he's in vicinity of her. The actor who risks anything to keep you safe. Guo Jinyang. Guo Jinyang. Embody a character who'd risk it all to keep you safe. I love the way he showed his heart and his eyes to the woman he loves. And there's one scene in this drama, y'all, especially towards the end, it's intense and heartbreaking at the lengths he'd go to for her and for her safety. If you want to feel protected, he's your man. The actor who might get you on his side, even if he wants to take out your dad, Ken Thiradesh. I love Ken Thiradesh, even if I gladly say that a lot of the characters he's played can kick rocks, step on Legos and Christmas ornaments before falling off a cliff. But this drama he played in is a guilty pleasure of mine, like I said. His acting chops was so good in it, as he played the villainous type who still wants to be loved and understood, but still goes about it the wrong way. But he does learn who and what's important outside of revenge. The actor who might be a villain but simps hard for his bae, Xu Jinshuan. I came across this drama by accident, but I was charmed by it. Xu Jinshuan was so good in it with his ability to play this gender role reversal where he's married to this lady general and all the while being a villain who's needing something from her. But as soon as he falls hard in love with his wife to where he'd do anything to protect her. I love how he's able to flip from being unhinged, villainous, and calculating to this weak, delicate flower in an instant. It's hilarious. The actor who was your school bully but secretly wanted the best for you. Lee Ga-young. This genre to me is underrated, but Lee Ga-young was perfect for this role. The character he played was cunning in high school and bullying the female lead, but with the twist that this was to push her character to pass her exams to get her into a better college. But fate wasn't done with them, as they all proceed to meet at said college. He plays his straight-laced character well, but brings on the sweetness when it comes to the person he loves. Plus, I love his voice. The actor who's a good high school crush, Jo Yi-ran. Now this is a high school crush done right. He was reserved, but you felt for him considering what his home life was like. Jo Yi-ran was perfect in this role of him dealing with neglect and blame from his mom, all the while soaking in the admiration and tutelage of the female lead that let him know that he's still a great person despite others saying otherwise. The actor who can't sleep without you, Wang Zixin. Y'all, I dug this drama. It's a cute little thing, and Wang Zixin is great at playing this piano genius who suddenly warms up to his noisy, bright, cheery neighbor. There's this one scene of his that I love, that he comes back for the female lead's birthday. And even with him wearing a facial mask, when he smiles at her, you can see it in his eyes. Not everyone can accomplish that acting charm, but he does so in spades. The actor who you're engaged to and willingly learns your trade, Lee Jo-young. Lee Jo-young thought that coming to this little town that he was going to put a stop to this engagement, but ended up staying longer than he anticipated and falling hard for the female lead. He brought a sweet, funny, and cute charm to the role of a CEO humbled by his love of someone who showed him a sweeter, slower way to enjoy life. The actor who will hotly burn down your father's house for you, Meguro Ren. Oh, Meguro Ren. He's multi-talented as a singer and an actor and is devoted to all his crafts. This movie was the first time I've seen anything of his, but there's a lot of his other series that show either his charm or his serious acting skills. But in this movie, he becomes an anime character come to life with a realism, gravity, and sympathy that's to be reckoned with, especially when it comes to the woman he loves. The actor who's temporarily blind but not by love, Jang Zi-tong. For a good deal of this miniseries, Jang Zi-tong's character is blinded by an unfortunate accident, but he ends up getting closer to the female lead who he already knows isn't his fiancée but still enjoys her company and learns to step out of his fears. This series was done in English, so I'm curious about any of his acting roles he may have had that showcase his range, especially in a language he's more comfortable with. But I know his kisses doesn't need translation. The actor who can help in achieving V-card goals, Shota Tatsuka. Shota Tatsuka comes off as being stoic and unaffected for a good deal of the time while in this drama, so it's hard to get a read of him at first, but he does give great acting cues when he does admit after their first time together that he's a little shooken up and that he's trying to get his feelings under control. There's this portion, though, in one of the later episodes that you get an entire flashback from his point of view on how being involved with the female lead actually hasn't left him unaffected like he was seeking to believe, to where he now wants to take their relationship with benefits to the next level. The actor who is willing to give up a life of solitude for you, Jang Jin-ka. Jang Jin-ka looks good with any haircut he has. Just let me say that out loud. Most of what he rocks in this series is a style reflective of a monk's lifestyle, as his character is trying to serve out penance, living up in the mountains to grow tea. But when the female lead, even if she's originally annoying to him, he still treats her with graciousness and patience. But he really comes to life with dedication to growing not only this special tea, but also growing his feelings for the female lead that will make you melt. The actor who seemed better in one role than the other, Gao Ming-chung. I watched 2 roles of Gao Ming-chung, one of him as the male lead, which I didn't care for, and the second one as the second male lead, which I prefer better. Maybe because in the drama that he was the main lead in, his brow stayed furrowed the entire time, just angry at the female lead. And it seemed like that was like his dominant trait throughout this entire Republican drama. So it was refreshing not only seeing him in the more hysterical getup, but also his character was not as troubled as that original character was. It was nice to see a more relaxed character to where it seemed like he was a different person. He's got another leading drama with the female lead of these 2 dramas he was in. So I can't wait to see what other ranges he's got. The actor who's feeling like he's losing his mind. Arju Bijlani. I watched this drama on a whim and was glad I did. For 2 seasons, Arjun Bijlani kept me hooked with his emotional outpouring, his grief over losing his fiancée, and finding love with the female lead, but terrified to be with her out of something happening to her. His acting took me for a ride, and there's more plot twists involved as far as he's concerned. The actor whose Republican drama seemed a thing of the past. Lee Tian. No offense to Lee Tian, but for the longest time, I got him and Wang Ziyi confused. Maybe it's because of the eyes. But there's 2 things I can appreciate more than the Republican drama of his that I watched. One is that he cuts a great figure while in Republican era wear and an intensity of emotions, especially with those eyes. The other is that he contributed to the soundtrack of Night in Love with You, so the man's alright with me. The actor who gives me a complex on the historical figure he played, Corey Milcrease. There can be a lot regarding complex on how certain media companies might portray characters, either book characters or historical characters. And that this King George, the sweet, farmer, scholarly, broken King George, is also the same King George we see in Hamilton who wants to send British troops to remind America of his love. While historically biased on our side, 2 things I do consider to be true. That George was a man ravaged with mental illness, and who also seemed to have a happy marriage with his wife whenever he was able to enjoy it. Corey Milcrease displayed those truths hauntingly well. The actor who makes you want to root for the second male lead, Alexander Yu. No offense to the actor, this was another Wattpad story, but this was the plot he was given. But Alexander Yu played a man in this series who was a jerk up front, especially as him and the female lead got off to a bad start at first. But he gets turned around by the female lead's determination of being the underdog in the stylist competition and having so much heart and dedication to her craft and making the customer feel good. He does have a heel turn, and he has a more humanized connection with the female lead, and to make him a lot more softer than what he appeared. And of course, they start having feelings for each other. But I'm just saying that just like usual, the awesomely perfect second male lead would have been a better and befitting choice. So, that is all my list I have to share with you. Please like and subscribe. Stay a while if you did like this. And please get down there in the comment section. Like I said, let me know if there is any kind of cool or weird, quirky awards that you would like to give to male leads that you have watched this year that you want to give accolades to. Just making fun things out of this. Also, let me know if you want me to do a female lead version of this, because I can do that. It might take me a little bit, but I'll go ahead and tend to that, because there are some sisters out there that do need their tribute. So again, let me know what your impression of this list is. I've given you mine, but hey, it's just a thought.